Now, we know this never happens to you while you're watching CoastLife, but Charlie, sometimes when you're watching a show on perhaps a streaming service, have you ever noticed how sometimes the commercials are way louder than what it is that you're watching?
Yeah, it turns out that people are the worst, and they try to take advantage of us in every single way that's possible. And that is why, now, if you watch on regular television,
Yes.
there have been rules against
Yes.
this for years. I feel like this happened back in the 90s, actually, but it might have been
right.
later than that. I'm not positive. I remember there was a conversation around this at some point, though, because people used to get really annoyed by that. But those rules did not carry over to streaming, and so now California is trying to do something about it.
Yes, and it's also significant that California is the ones kind of doing this, given that most television and streaming services, and a lot of it is produced out in LA. But California has passed a bill signed by Governor Gavin Newsom, which will require commercial audio to match the volume level of the content they accompany. Which means when you're watching your show on a lower volume and then it goes to commercial break, it's not like, and you're like, huh. The law takes effect July 1st, 2026, giving streaming platforms time to adjust. The law is modeled after the CALM Act, a 2010 federal law that already governs the loudness for broadcast and cable television. But until now, streamers were exempt. Because many major streaming platforms are headquartered in California, this law could really influence national practices for ad volume regulation on streaming services.
It's not just that it matters that those places are headquartered in California. That matters a little bit. But California is the world's fourth largest economy.
Yeah.
California's population base is huge too. So if you have to do it in California, it's just easier to now do it everywhere, is how that's going to end up working out. We've seen this with other kinds of laws in the past, where how California goes, a lot of places end up having to adopt it, just because why would we do two different things? It's really hard to change that up so that it only happens in California. So if this works out, if it passes, and if it becomes or comes into fruition, thankfully we will stop having that whole thing where you have to grab your remote, do this. It's so annoying.
It's so annoying.
I don't think it even does what the advertisers hope it's doing, because it just makes me angry.
Same. It does not make me interested in buying the product, or and I've even noticed some some streaming services now, you'll have especially if it's an ad for like Amazon, there will be a QR code there for the product that they're advertising you right away. They're like, go just buy it right now. You could do that. And I thought it was kind of interesting. But yeah, it is so annoying when you already have to listen to a show at a perfectly balanced volume, and no two streaming services have the same volume anyway. So if you were just watching one at
can we all get
9,
on the same page here, people?
Exactly.
Can we just make life better for the user?
Easier, please.
Good.
That's all we want. And then yes, as soon as it hits a commercial break and it's bah, and it does, it just makes you mad. And I'm like, I'm gonna go walk away now and not watch your ad. So I think this would be a change that is for the benefit of users. So.
I know that everything is to try to get more attention, more eyeballs, more money, up. We can never go backwards at all for any reason, but could we please just make things better as an end product for the users so that we can enjoy the little bit of joy we get to have in everyday life?
Exactly. So. Fingers crossed, I guess. But I thought it was a worthwhile conversation, especially here on CoastLife. But we've got some more CoastLife for you. We're talking a pretty big appliance sale when we get back.